What's going on, people? Um, Today, I want to share a little information, with some people, and hopefully, catch your ear, and make you aware of certain things. If anything, be more aware of when we were young, they always told us, yo, be aware of your surroundings and what's going on, be in tune, what's going on around you. And sometimes with everyday life and stuff like that, we could, we have our minds and other things. But I thought this was cool to share, and it's actually very important. You should look around and see what's going on in the world and see the amount of events that's going on, like mass shootings, water pollution in certain cities, air pollution, like we experienced with the Canada wildfires in Maui. And also, I would like to send a prayer out for those people and hope that they find strength through difficult times. But also, the water, food, vegetation, pollution. Um, and here's an interesting thing that I learned: Arctic territories are being fought over already, like now. And here's the crazy thing: because of global warming and all the ice is melting and stuff like that. Now you have obviously countries want to know what's there, so they're aware. But their Arctic training. Now, have you ever heard of Arctic training? That's a real serious business, and I think Russia's already doing it, and Canada, and protecting their borders. I know for well, I've seen on the documentary, but even if it is, they're actually patrolling areas that is not even theirs. That's interesting. I thought that was, people should keep an eye out for that, because what that does is cause conflict between countries, and that's why when that stuff causes conflict like that, these are what countries it leads to bigger like the nuclear talks and stuff like that. And a nuclear war is not it's devastating. And I recommend that you go and hear some veterans testimonies that actual at the one of these testing sites, and hear their testimony about what they experienced. It's really deep. Um, the animals, the marine life behaviors changing. Um, they with the workers. You know how they started to behave differently and stuff like that. People are saying, well, maybe it's a taught behavior from their pod, or maybe it's they're in tune with the ecosystem, and they know they are aware, very aware too. And sometimes off balance that ecosystem will really make everybody change in some type of manner. The slaughter of dolphins. I recommend that people go and see the Cove documentary about the dolphins and stuff like that. Now, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's sad about how they herd all these dolphins and slaughtered them. Like that's a big problem. And you should see why. The pollution causes extreme causes of progressive diseases. Progressive diseases. That means diseases that come on quick and they're strong. These diseases are going to be um strengthened. Like what's coming is like a deeper strain of diseases. Like if you catch something like CLD, ALS, Parkinson's, it's going to be extreme cases of those things. And this is stuff that you had to prepare for, and actually educate and be aware and see what these things do. Countries with potential conflicts, like I just spoke about, it's getting to that point, and that's not good for anybody. You understand? Like those type of things really hurt humanity as a collective. So this is stuff that you should be aware of and see how all this is happening at one time. Global warming, extreme heat, extreme cold. So if you have extreme heat, right, that will mean you want to have extreme cold too when it's wintertime. So these things they don't prepare you for until you're actually in it. You understand? And sometimes some people don't even have a plan. Like I live on the east side, and East Coast, and we never seen extreme weather. You understand? And because of what's going on, with the global warming, the weather is changing. Meaning you have extreme heat, and then you want to have extreme cold. But hear this out: marine life behavior is changing, like we spoke about, right? Um, People, when they have nuclear talks and stuff like that, and weather and this and that going on, the just all the stuff at one time. I don't want to get into everything, but people live in fear that way. Um, the power grid loss. Now, listen, I advise y'all to go on your local TV. Don't take it from me. Go on your local TV, do a Google search about and see how recent they talking about these things. Now, listen, some of y'all, like some people, I hope y'all should learn how to use a compass. Because if we all have a tendency to rely on GPS, now if all that stuff go down and they say, all right, if everybody go to a certain point, you gotta know how to get there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, or at least be with somebody who's relatively knowledgeable in those things. These are the stuff you should be getting prepared about. You know what I mean? This stuff is all happening at one time. You should, we just go at the story, and we don't say, well, damn, well, you know what? This all happening at one time, because this is bigger than your community. There's stuff that goes on in our communities that we could point, but this is global. You understand? So this is a time where you should get knowledgeable about certain things and seek where you want, seek where what will give you strength during this time. And for me personally, I see God for around this time. I try to get closer with God, because things are changing, and I know for me personally, I know that he wanted to lead me in the wrong path. So I hope this information helps somebody. Salute.